Hey everybody, welcome to the Hyde Herm Studio art stream. I'm your host Hoy, illustrator, animator, graphic artist, voice actor, and here we are again, going to be doing some artwork as per usual. Let's just go ahead and put on some tunes here while we're at it. But before we go ahead and do that, coming up next, actually this month, on the 4th to the 7th, we are going to be over at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center located in Rosemont, Illinois for Midwest Fur Fest. So you happen to be over there, please stop by our booth and check us out over at H7. So you happen to be over there, please check it out at H7. We're going to be, wanted to show your support to buy some new merch that we're wheeling and dealing, and please do so as we speak. So we're going to go ahead and do just that. Chat, we're going to put on some tunes here while we're at it here. So trying to get the ball rolling. Look at that. Look at that. Some guy trying to sell me on views already and goes back into the band zone like usual. So let's go ahead over here, chat. We're going to go ahead and do just that. As we're going to go ahead and put on some tunes. There we go. Listen to Scholastic Exploration, chat. So let's make the ball roll in here. Boom. And look at that. We need to make Photoshop bigger here. Boom. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, welcome to Monday Night Draw. It's going to be a hilarious time tonight, that's for sure. Go ahead and put on my doodle gloves, so we're going to make that work out. Chat, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I received a... not a lottery ticket, but a scratching ticket, and I won only $4 from the California lottery, chat. I won $4 dues on that one. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm going to illustrate Hoy right here, but we're going to make him a whiter color. That's right. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. However, some parts need to be erased, but that's all right. There we go. Boom. And do the same thing for the coconut dragon right over here. One that's flying away. Hope people enjoyed last night's Gartic Phone. It was pretty fun. Had a good time. Looks like I gotta erase a bunch of shit, but that's all right. There we go. We go. Pop, 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 pop. There we go, chat. There we go. Let's go. Boom. Just like that. Pop. Perfect. Bulbertoid, skull butt tick. What's going on with you? Bobbert Lord. Bobbert Lord. Anyway, tell me a little about yourself, Bobbert Lord. I'm your host, Hoy, illustrator, animator, and voice actor. Also graphic designer going on here. Tell me about yourself, Bobbert Lord. What do you do? Do you like watching art streams? On Monday Night Draw. What's new with you? Tell them about yourself. Tell me about yourself, Bart. What do you do? Besides making people say, what's new with moi? Well, I just came in on Impulse. Impulse, you say? What do you do? I'm glad you did came in Impulse. What was it about my stream that caught your eyeball over here? What was that? We're also going to be over in Chicago, chat. Just to let you know, for Midwest Fur Fest. We're going to be there, vending, having a grand old time in the snow. It's going to be cold over there, chat. It's going to be wild. That's for sure. We talked 2 years back really over at Kilo. Well, you found me from Kilo Webcomics. Wait, hold on. I think I have a clue. I have a clue who you are. Because it said first time chat, so I thought like you're recently fellow new. Let me see. Bop. But you're not Lumpy Lip Torada, are you? Are you Lumpy Lip Torada? No, you're a different guy, right? I'm just trying to figure out what your art style is. We did talk 2 years ago, that you say. You wanted me to bring in my frenemy, Template 88, but I forgot to explicitly tell him to contact you first and got Lacey. Then Stones later tempted him for inactivity. Not in the server. No, in the server. I'm just Bobbert. Got it. Template 88. If I'm correct, I think the reason why I was going by Template, but there's like a lot of people named Template 88. I think I realized it was probably the wrong individual that I was probably talking about. Usually when someone goes by Template and stuff like that, I'm referring to another artist that goes by Nor. Nor, yes, Nor. So it is the same individual, right? The same draw whore? If you're familiar with draw whores. I haven't seen Nor in forever. Yeah, the same dude. Okay, so we are talking about the same dude. So then what happened to Nor? Is Nor dead or alive? The same draw whore from the 4chan boards, right? He's alive, unfortunately. I figured he was alive. It's funny because like Nor always liked try to hide identity is the case, and there was another person named Happy Face Annan, and I believe HFA and Annan met together. Happy Face Annan and Nor met and stuff like that. Unfortunately, what do you think of Nor, by the way? What's your opinion on Nor? Nor used to be active on Facebook for a while and then stopped. Is the case. Like, what's your opinion of Template 88? He's kind of a dick, but I DM'd him first on Discord because he's friends with my other friends. I see. Yeah, you know what? I do agree with you to an extent. Like, he can be a bit of a dick from time to time and stuff like that. I know he has drawn some of my characters before and stuff like that when I used to run a joint called Freak Animes, but I had to like retire that because it wasn't going nowhere at the time. It was going somewhere at the time when I was promoting artists. But the problem with a lot of people that you pick up on your label is that they somehow get burnt out. A lot of burnout happens a lot. Is the case, and then they don't want to do anything. Or even when I like tell them to like, you know, this is the tactic that a lot of, you know, webcomic artists are doing, and they just won't do the thing.
Well, yeah, because no money means no.
Yeah, there's like no money in it.
If there's no money involved, how are you gonna fucking survive?
Yeah. But yeah, I do agree with you. He can be kind of a dick from time to time, and stuff like that for sure. We are fickle freaks, by and large. True, very true. Yep, very true. Do you vend at any conventions, Bobber?
Off topic, I found a bunch of these.
What are those?
They're swizzle sticks, like in between.
Oh wow!
I'm like, oh, what is this? I was like, why are there a bunch of swizzle sticks in here?
Yeah. So right now I'm producing a comic right now. It's the case. I'm doing about 38 pages. I'm 22 pages deep in this comic, and this is all done on 11 by 17, so that way I can shrink it down without losing any resolution.
Well, not only that, but you have like I storyboard 9 pages for you.
True, yep.
So you can start working on it. Well, I can give you the file.
Yeah, you just give me the files, whatever. Never been to any conventions. In Australia, there are like only 2, and they're both feel kind of tacky. Are they? I mean, they have to be like, there has to be some major big conventions in Australia, right? Like, in the major cities. Like, I'm trying to think, because even the major animation studios like Sony and you got Glitch over in Australia, so they must have some major conventions over there that are almost like the equivalent of Australia's Comic-Con.
You got Supernova, that's all I know.
Supernova?
Yeah, it's like an anime con.
Have you been to Supernova?
That's the big one I heard.
That's the big anime con in Australia, right?
That's what I've heard.
I wonder what the biggest comic book convention in Australia is. There has to be, because Melbourne seems to be a big place, right?
Melbourne.
No, people call it Melbourne.
Melbourne?
Yeah.
They say it?
Yeah, they say it.
Melbourne, like Melbourne, the Shelvin?
Yeah, because it's not pronounced Melbourne; it's pronounced Melbourne. What a lot of Aussies would pronounce it as. Am I correct on this? Do tourists come and be like, I can't believe I'm in Melbourne? There we go.
Well, I don't find a lot of card sleeves anymore. Why?
Melbourne's big, but it's not the face of Australia. So what major conventions are in Australia? Like, what's the major Comic-Con? It's the equivalent of San Diego Comic-Con over in Australia.
Say Pop Culture Con.
Pop Culture Cons?
Yeah, just say Pop Culture.
Sydney is still bigger, and while at times Supernova is hosted there, it's like, is that pretty big? Supernova's like pretty big? I feel like USA is still king in terms of official and low key. True, true, it is. It's just So we know it's just yeah. Yeah, it is. We got a lot of big conventions. Like you got like New York Comic Con, you got like San Diego Comic Con, Emerald City Comic Con over in Seattle, Washington. You got a lot of anime cons, a lot of furry cons, a lot of like Comic Cons, gaming conventions, etc. Like all a fuck ton of shit is going on. Is the case. Like it is a lot. Which for me is great, but like applying for a job, you still have to be accepted into these things. But if you're in good gracious with these, you know, these conventions, and the chances of you being in that convention is pretty high, especially if you're in a major big one where if you've been paying like a lot of money there to be there, they'll definitely want your services to be there because they're not going to lose any money anytime soon if you're doing big boot shit. True fact. Have you been to the USA, Bobber? But yeah, bummer. I have not talking to Nor in forever, and I think Nor went to into obscurity than anything else when it comes to like you know doing artwork and stuff. So besides, no one doesn't do any like draw whoring on the Cham boards anymore. Not yet, but it's on the bucket list. Which convention are you planning on thinking on going there, Bobber? I've been seeing that Lambert guy posting, or Lumpy, Lippy Torada. I've been posting all his adoptables on there. Template haunts Newgrounds and different Discord servers these days. I figured, so that is pretty obscure than anything else. Because I don't think anyone does any draw horn on the Cham boards like they used to back in the day. But at least you're trying to do something on Newgrounds than anything. But I don't even think Template has even updated their Newgrounds whatsoever. Oh, on one hand, Newgrounds is more big, but it's also not big on others. He's still allergic to social media. I figured. He used to post stuff on Facebook, on the Boomer social media for a little bit, and then straight up stopped. So, I mean, if he wants to grow to get commission shit, he's going to have to, like, expand out. And if he's not going to do that, then, well, missed opportunity, I suppose. Are you cranking out any new work, Bobber? At times, but I'm just slow. Oh, yeah? Why would you say you're slow? Is it because, like, do you procrastinate a lot? It's the case where you're like, ugh, this is too much. You know what I mean? I realize this is... So I need to go back down there and, like, fix it. Life makes me procrastinate a tad, but I try to get stuff done whenever I can. Gotcha, got it. So are you trying to like improve on your craft? And have you turned out any comics that you produced lately? I mean, it's also good to go to networking events too, by the way, to make connections with other fellow, like, you know, artists and whatnot. That's the better route. Because are you far away from the city, or do you live in the city, Bobber, of in Australia? Or do you live like in the middle of fucking nowhere where you're surrounded by giant spiders and kangaroos that might fuck you up? There we go. Oh, I do make comics, but mostly in obscure OCT circles or somewhat less obscure stuff because I'm accepted and I'm not making masterpieces. I live like in the Gold Coast, which is coastal in Queensland, very close to Brisbane. Got it. So everything's like more convenient for you then, is the case. I mean, that's cool that you like doing like obscure stuff, which is super fun to do. I have no problem with that. I'll make this into...
There you go. Try some Pringle Mingles.
Huh?
Ranch.
Oh, yummy. That's pretty good. Like, when you say obscure oct circles, what do you mean by that? Like, are you in, like, groups like, you know, like Kill All Webcomics and a few other obscure webcomic groups? Is what you mean? There we go, and we can just remove all this bullshit right here. Ooh, no. I was wrong about that one. OCT is original character. Original character tournaments. Oh wow, so kind of like Enter Void or whatever, right? If anyone's familiar with Enter Void, which is another original character tournament type thing where like you make comics fighting other characters and stuff like that. That's ran by people. Yeah, I'm on Enter Void. Hell yeah. Yeah, Enter Void's ran by people who work in Image Comics and Marvel now. Than anything else. I think the creator was Gabe, who did stuff for Image Comics and Marvel and stuff like that. I don't know if he's still producing stuff anymore, but I'm pretty sure he still is. He's got a lot of awards for working on some cool shit. If anything else, in the indie comics, or actually in the comic scene, especially in the indie comic scene, comes in occasionally, but he's not active as staff on website. Yeah, because he doesn't want to run it anymore. Last time I checked, because it's a lot of work to like do a bunch of shit while also like working for like Marvel or DC. He passed the key several times to different owners. Really? How many owners? Jesus. Is there people who just don't want to? A lot of work. Well, no shit. It's kind of difficult to run a website when you're asking people to do it for free. Not too many people people, just people he's known. Yeah. Which is a pain in the ass, because, like, a lot of people don't want to do free work when you're trying to, like, hand off, like, the keys to be the administrator of, like, Enter Void, stuff like that. Because not only that, you have the domain name, which costs money, right? So I don't know how much he pays yearly. Probably, like, 60 or, like, $30 for the whole entire year. Sometimes, if you want to do more, it's like 300 or 400 bucks if you want to roll that way. Plus, you have, like, the server maintenance. So I don't know what server it's on is the case. Plus, you have to, like, deal with a lot of, like, fucking bullshit to make sure the server's like running accordingly than anything else. So it's a pain in the ass to run like a custom content manager system like that. I wonder if it'll be fixed up because of like AI or some shit that AI coding would do just fine on. Have you battled? Have you battled on Enter Void before, or do you have trouble like getting your character entered in? We got a coder to update the website who, by coincidence, works in his day job, but he's not too fond of the AI research himself. Oh, got it. So, wait, does the coder do shit for free, too? Because that's a lot of work. Works in his day job on AI crap. Wow. That's, man, that's ironic. That's really ironic. I like the AI shit on resume building. I do like that a little bit more, because at least that helps you make your resume on jobs than anything else. I like that for that particular use of helpfulness. High quality irony, yeah. Yep. It is very high. Oh, I hate AI. What do you mean I have to work on AI? Like, fuck. That's how it is. How it is. Fuck, that sucks. I mean, listen, the, what is it? The Pandora's box is let out. You're gonna have to fucking deal with it. Like, goddamn. Although a lot of people think with AI art and stuff like that, a lot of artists think that their art is gonna somehow be ended. When in reality, if anything, it's going to go to the commoners who have no clue how to do art, when you have people who have an eye for artistic stuff all the time, is the case. And I don't know why a lot of artists think that it's going to end their art career somehow, like the robot itself is going to end their art career somehow, but it's not. If anything, the robot's not going to come to my house and chop off my arms and be like, fuck you. No. But at the end of the day, it always comes down to the individual prompting is the case. Because without the prompter, what's the AI going to do? It's going to do fucking nothing. It's not even like true AI anyways. So there's that for you. Do you remember the author of Eerily Lovely on Kilo? That guy is coding his own artificial intelligence. No, I don't recall. That's been a while. I do talk to Stones from time to time, though. I met Stones multiple times, including his kids and everything else, in person multiple times. Eerily Lovey. I mean, if you showed me a visual on what that artist is, I might recognize them. I mean, a lot of AI is based on Python. Python or JavaScript, one or the other. Most people do it on Python for that particular language. Which Python is super universal. A lot of people use Python like fucking crazy. You can do anything with Python. Yeah, if you showed me like a link to what this particular individual is and what their art style is, I may recognize them. I know there's other art battle sites too. I remember there was another one that was supposed to be a competitor to Enter Void for a while. I don't know if it's still around. Yes, I've been to Florida multiple times. I was just there recently for Megaplex, not that long ago this year. I've been to Florida, probably Orlando 4 times. The 4th time, I went to Daytona. When I was there, like, super early when I landed for Daytona. Man, I was extremely tired. Oh, no! Oh, no, not your internet. Fuck. I always thought that Australia had really good internet. What's up with that? But yeah, I had to wake up around like 5 in the morning on Tuesday to catch the plane around like 6 or 7. But yeah, I am a Cali-based artist. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I have been to Orlando like 4 times, including went to Daytona as well. But yeah, I've been to Florida. I was there this year for Megaplex at another big furry con over there. So I did really good money for Megaplex. And hopefully I'll do good money for MFF. Yep. Have you been to Florida, Bobber? Yeah. Yeah, have you been to Florida before? Do you travel to the States from time to time? We're gonna make this scene a little bit more unique. That is not what I want. like this. We'll go pop, 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 and we'll move you up this way. There we go. Nah, but I described the Gold Coast as a fusion of LA, San Fran, and Miami. That sounds about right. I would say San Fran is pretty hilly. If you've ever been to San Francisco, LA is super grungy, especially downtown LA. And Miami is also pretty nice too, filled with tourists, I would say. There's also tourists in LA, but mostly like in Hollywood is the case. Anything downtown, like, you know, like Skid Row or something like that. Does the Gold Coast suffer from, like, homelessness, like in the United States? Merge layers. I want to make you black and white. Yeah, that'll do it. Lots of drug addicts, homeless bums in Australia. Wow. Well, that's a bit upsetting. I met a lot of like Aussies that would pride themselves and say, "We deal with our homeless by giving them a house," or some dumb shit. And I was like, okay. I don't know why a lot of them lie. Oh, Gold Coast overrepresents, to be honest. Got it. There we go. Maybe I want the linear light. I think that would make more sense. Sounds like a lie, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I don't know why, like, some Aussies like to lie a lot and trying to, like, you know, do, like, this circle jerk of, like, country comparisons all the time. Be like, see, we're better. It's like, you guys still have, like, Britain's, like, logo, imperialistic logo on Australia's flag. Just remove it. Most Aussies are just as selfish as the average. True. Very true. Very true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. I agree with that sentiment. Absolute. Have you done any battles on Void or no? I done a few fair battles on EV. Wait, let me ask you this. Let me ask it, Bobber. Is the artist Delia still on there? She used to be like a moderator on DeviantArt for a while. artist Delia, like Delya. She used to be kind of like prominent on there. I remember. I don't think so. Interesting. What about that one girl? That one artist that used to say "I know Nagas." I'm trying to think of her name for the life of me. It escaped. If you know the meme. She used to be like, gosh, I'm not sure about that one. She used to be heavily shitted on a particular Wikipedia that wasn't Wikipedia. I'm trying to think of the fucking name of it for the life of me. Snape Snogger. That was her name. Snape Snogger. Snape Snogger used to be on Void for a while. Yeah. I remember she was on Void at one point. I wonder if she improved her craft. She used to be like this super popular individual. I know her, but she's not likely here now. Okay, then she probably just stopped. I wonder. God, there's so many like old people. You're making me nostalgic now. She definitely improved, but it was way before her time. Oh, I bet she has. Snape Snogger. She has like a wiki for her article. She used to have an Encyclopedia Dramatica article for the longest time. Oh, look at that. It's back. Oh, Encyclopedia Dramatica is back now? That's insane. Jesus Christ, the article's still here. Encyclopedia Dramatica guys are so pointlessly mean. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Whoever writes those articles is fucking wild. It's fun when you're 14, but, you know, yeah, no, I agree with you on that. When you get, like, older and stuff like that, you're like, well, that's kind of a little bit fucked up. If anything else. I hope she improved her artwork than anything else. I wonder if she shows off her work somewhere or not. Yeah, when you like get older, you're like, I'm gonna focus on myself now. But yeah, it's one artist, Delia, all the time, I think. Let me find her. I think she just uses a different name now, so it's hard to identify her one by one. But I've seen her OCs before, like Bird People. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Because Delia started off doing, like, Rayman characters, and all her characters were, like, Rayman based, and now they're all shark based. Plus Deviant Art. There we go. Yeah, we'll go to Research Commentary Zone here for a second. Because he runs a website called Karaya City, and it's like all OC shit. But I haven't seen her, like, do anything. Oh, she's on Blue Sky now. Or Karaya City. We'll go over there. She deleted everything on DeviantArt. Alright, so let's go to Research Commentary Zone here for a second. Pop. Yeah, so this person used to be like a moderator on DeviantArt for the longest time, and I remember she had She was on Void for a while too, but I guess kind of like stopped for whatever. But her art style used to be Rayman style based, and all the characters were like Rayman based. Now all the characters are shark based. It's a case, which just makes it easier because all the characters didn't have like a neck or anything because Rayman and stuff like that. Let's see, there's Karai City, Citizens. Some of the, all the shark-based characters. So they turn very shark-based. She used to have like this twink character on here that was like wacky. There's stickers. Oh, I think I've seen this artist art before. Yeah. And so, like I said, it used to be very Rayman based. Very Rayman based. Yeah, oh, she does adoptables. Crazy. Remember adoptables, chat? Look at that. We got a lot of adoptables going on here. It's the case, but she doesn't do much in adoptables. So, Bobber, I've been thinking about this idea for adoptables lately, since people are doing, like, digital adoptables, because adoptables digitally are equivalent of, like, NFTs. I thought of their characters as weird cow people. Yeah, that's what I thought, too. Like, weird cow people, 100%. OZ, Oz Green, whatever. But yeah, they're like shark. They're literally shark people, I guess, from the way their nose or shark or... It's kind of hard to tell what the fuck they are. Is the case. Yeah, Del Barrio. And stuff like that. Because apparently they went to... let's see, they got some links here. So they're on Blue Sky. Let's go to their Blue Sky. And they're also on Comic Fury. But there's nothing much going on. Oh wait, there we go. We got Blue Sky right here. We got Blue Sky right here. But it seems like they're on hiatus. This is from September. Here, we're in September, right? No, we're in December. So it was last month, September, December. Okay, yeah. So they're on hiatus now. But yeah, they used to. Their art style used to be like very heavily on Rayman, like a lot. But I don't know what she does, like, professionally, in all honesty. September's not as bad as not updating for years. And true. Most people have OCs never fucking, like, do anything with them. Like, they kind of hope they want to be, like, the next, like, Hello Kitty or, like, Labubu, right? With, like, no background. Because Hello Kitty did not have, like, any lore when it first started. And it was just, like, you know, a character that people thought was cute. But yeah, it's just, like... much work and I cannot find the mental energy. So let's see, what is she saying now? After an incredibly rough year to top off on an already rough few years, I've decided to officially put this series on hiatus. As much as I want to work on it, I just cannot find the mental energy for a project as much as this one. I still post related artwork and such on my social media, Cry City and Blue Sky, but the comp page production will make an indefinite halt until I feel up to the task again. I may work on smaller, less taxing projects in the meantime. Thank you all for patience. Well, you know, that's good. That's good that, you know, you made an update about that than anything else. Which is fine. But man, yeah, doing comics and stuff like that. I mean, so I think here's the problem with what people like fuck up on comics all the time. Is the case. They fuck up all the time on comics. And so there's a way you can go about it. And you do the way on how a lot of people from the comic industry do it, especially when you're in the, not the comic network, but what am I trying to think of people who are part of Sunday Funnies. The Comic Syndicate. That's what I'm thinking of. So in the Comic Syndicate, which is ran by the Cartoonist Society, the way how they do comics is you make a bunch of comics ahead of time. Right, you do like 20 off comics, and then you upload them ahead of time in future years. That's what you do. So that way, you don't cause burnout in a case, and you can relax and whatever, because these comics are going to be released like whatever on a daily basis and whatnot.
Well, if your comic is successful, you can hire assistants.
You can hire assistants too if your comic stuff. Yeah, those people who do buffers, MOG, are the ones who don't. Yep, right. And the people who don't buffer their fucking comic end up getting like burnt as shit than anything else, because they want to release their comic and be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Like, kind of like, you know, like a mommy, daddy, look at me mentality, or like, mommy, daddy, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's like snap, 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 snap. You know? And it's like, just buffer your fucking shit, bro. That's all you have to do is buffer your fucking shit. It's not that hard. You don't need to show it to the world. Just buffer your shit.
It's like K-pop Demon Hunter took them like 7 years.
Dude, yeah, but K-pop Demon Hunter's not a comic, though. But it took, I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters, yeah, it did take them like 7 years to like animate that fucking thing. And even then, there's more. Hey, thank you for the follow, Bobbert. Thank you, thank you. Look at that. We got Bobbert right over there. Let's go.
I think we live in an age where instant result or trending stuff.
Right, yeah. People want instant results, 100%.
That pretty much set up a false ladder.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you don't, like, you know, buffer your shit. You end up, like, putting yourself in a false ladder, expecting instant results for your comic than anything else. And it's like, dude, just create your fucking comic. It's not hard to self-publish. I will tell you this. It's not fucking hard. Just find a printer and then go along with it. And then save money and then purchase, like, what? Like, you only need about, like, what? 10 units or 10 or 20 units? Like, you don't need, like, a fucking a lot. Like, holy shit. Network your shit. Show it off in physical networking events. And make connections with people.
I mean, should I tell them a story about how I...
Yeah, no problem.
Should I tell them about how I met an artist and he just, like, scuttles away from me?
Oh, yeah, no. I'll tell Bobbert once he comes back. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I forgot to put on some fucking music. Let's go. Look for weather jams.
zoomed out in the thumbnail, not the back.
There we go. We'll go pop. There, bop, 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 bop. Go bop, 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 pop, bop, bop. And we're going to select, and then we're going to modify, expand by 3, and then we can just go delete. Boom. Just like that. Easy. Easy, chat. Easy. We got it. Usually I realize I could have just did some dark shit. You got some fish and chips. Yay. Congrats. Were they leftover fish and chips, or did you, like, make them? Just went to a place that does them for $15. That's not bad. That's pretty quick. Did they already have them, like, pre-made already? And they're, like, underneath the, like, the little warm lamp? Be like, here you go. Boom. Done. Like a 7-Eleven style fish and chips. Not my computer right now. Went outside, so I'm just typing crap on phone. Absolute. Let's go. God damn. But yeah, shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like people who just burn themselves out by drawing like comics all the time, and they just don't want to buffer at all, and so they end up like fucking themselves over. Are you familiar? Actually, Bobbert, are you familiar with the webcomic Trivial Tales of Luna Lesser. Used to be on my roster for a long time, and then it went to not familiar. That's done by Gordon Lindholm. Are you familiar with the comic Rosebuds? Where their main character is like a big titty Latina girl that's taking care of two other girls. Not sure about Rosebud either. Oh, really? Wow. That's done by a guy named Super D. Rosebuds. If I show you the art style, you'll probably get it. But this is also Rosebud's comic. Let's see. Let's go over here. Let's go to Research Zone. There we go. So we have these characters right here. Rosebuds and stuff like that. And these are the characters on this comic. This is also on the part of the Syndicate now. Used to be pretty popular at the time, so you might be familiar with the art style than anything else. Plus, it's gotten like Ringos and shit, so. Because the kind of shit that people want to be part of the Syndicate is like every artist is like wet dream to be part of like the comic Syndicate than anything else. And the character has like a little like doll over here, which is representative of this character. Looks slightly familiar, but I don't think I've read it. It's pretty wacky. It's a pretty wacky webcomic. And then we have, let me find it. Trivial Tales of Luna Lesser. There we go. We have like a bunch of ragtag comics going on about a little blonde girl that likes to be an anarchist all the time. It's on Tapas. I wonder if I can just go over here and just open the image. All right, there we go. Like, here's a bunch of ragtag characters. There's like a rich chick that's right over. That's not even her, but there's like a religious Christian girl. There's like the girl. Basically, if I had to like put together in Family Guy terms, got this character named Maple, who's basically the Brian of Family Guy. We got the Christian character here. We got the anarchist character right over here. We got some French girl that shows up sometime, and then we also got some hippie girl that shows up from time to time. Is the case. So you may have seen this comic be promoted before, but this guy, Gordon, is going to be, I guess the guy from Rosebud, Super D, is helping him get his comic be in the Syndicate. Is the case, from what I understand. So he's going to do his whole pitch for the Syndicate for that. Like, a lot of people have done like a lot of fan art for this comic and stuff like that. He does everything usually traditionally, but he's recently got into doing like mixed media and digital artwork as well. So there's that for you. Stuffy non-comics, cheap viewers. Nope. Get to go in the ban zone. Boom. Got him. Yeah, mixed media is definitely super fun on that aspect. It's the case. So he starts to doing like, you know, mixed media stuff for those particular reasons. Like the way his art style is done, we can probably go over here, maybe we'll see this. It's done like in this way, and so a lot of it's done like in watercolor and than anything else. And so you have the character right here, and that her father is like a fucking drunkard, and then it has like the very concerned mom. So it's wild times for that one. But anyways, Super D is trying to help Gordon, aka Lydia, to get involved in the comic Syndicate. and see how that turns out. So I don't know if you're familiar with both of those or not, but I think that's something that should be mentioned on that. Boom. But yeah, if you network your way around and stuff like that, you basically meet people from the syndicate than anything else, especially physically and or on Discord sometimes. A lot of the boomers from the syndicate don't even know how to use fucking Discord, so there's that. But I have talked to Super D on Discord before.
You mean Geekfish?
Huh?
Geekfish?
Yeah. Is news to me. Makes me glad the internet hasn't shrunken down too much yet. Yeah, no, I don't think the internet has shrunken down in the least bit. If anything, it has grown a lot since like it's what, inception? I don't know. The fact I don't know is good news. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the Comic Syndicate is anyone who's involved in physical media. You see a lot of, like, if you're familiar with, like, Garfield and, like, all that shit, Garfield's, like, worldwide.
You know what's kind of interesting though? Like, not a lot of, I haven't heard any new cartoonists lately.
Yeah?
Like, in mainstream media.
No.
It's kind of sad now.
Yeah.
I guess the last greatest ones I've read are, like, from the 2000s, and that's it. But even then, they haven't, like, cracked into the mainstream media.
True. I mean, it is hard to get into the syndicate or even like any animation industry whatsoever. They really gatekeep really fucking hard is the case, and then they bitch about why there's no workers in the animation industry. It's retarded.
No, they just ruined a lot of talent.
Yeah, they definitely ruined the talent 100%.
Because of the fact that we know for the fact of the animation industry, we understand the underbelly of a lot of things. And,
Right.
And what we mentioned earlier about like those false ladders that people are believing that animation you can make a ton of money, but they don't understand the underbelly of things, especially like budget is the big one.
Yep.
And so a lot of people assume that, oh, I could be like Lackadaisy.
Right.
Lackadaisy was from a comic.
True. Lackadaisy was a comic. That's true.
20 years.
And then they raised about 2 point.
But they don't realize like she built her fan base for about 20 years.
Yeah, you got to build your fan base first in order to get people to give you money. That's how that works. You don't do fucking Kickstarter in your comic if you don't have a fucking fan base, and you're gonna fail like so hard on that. It's gonna suck dick. Sounds like a solid system. Solid system for what? Like the VHS system? Yeah, VHS system's pretty solid.
Well, yeah, because no one wants to talk about this underbelly of this kind of stuff, but it's like, I think Lackadaisy is probably like another like good mainstream.
Yeah, Lackadaisy is a good mainstream comic, yeah.
Mainstream from a comic to a media.
Yeah.
But indie level, but you have to keep in mind though, it did take her like 20 years to build it.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Hazbin Hotel and the Hell of a Boss.
Yep.
Is also indie too as well, but keep in mind though that the creator had connections in DreamWorks, plus she had comics for about 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. She did have comics for sure.
For about 10 years, so
System of the Down.
A lot of people are on this false ladder. I could be like this next indie person, but it's like if you don't have your fan base, how are you gonna fund your shit?
Solid system for solid snakes. Ugh.
A lot of people don't realize about that part, really.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing our own original content of our stuff, because even though I made this cute little chaotic creature called Coconut Dragons, but Hoy believes in it.
Yeah, I believe in Coconut Dragons, absolutely. You see, so here's my character Hoy, right here, the one that I'm vetoing, right here, is chasing after these things called Coconut Dragons. And so I'm making a comic, a physical comic, and stuff like that. And not only that, check it out, chat. I'm also gonna have a My Little Pony artist gonna do a guest cover for me as well.
Well, I'll probably have the comic ready by next year, depending on timing, because a lot of times it's like conventions are what pays our bills.
Yep. Has-Been's creator, Vivzipop, did a webcomic called Zoophobia way back when she was in art school. True.
Yeah, it took her like almost like 10 years of building her fan base.
Yeah, it took her like 10 years of building her fan base on that one.
But you have to keep in mind though, she did work for DreamWorks too, so she had some connections as well.
Yeah, she also worked for DreamWorks, so there's that for you.
So it's not like...
Kind of helps when you work for DreamWorks.
Yeah. I forgot, there was this one artist, but she got controversial too.
Oh?
Let me find that story. I remember reading about it, but she ended up working for Cartoon Network. That's what happened.
I mean, Cartoon Network doesn't fucking exist anymore.
In Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico.
Cartoon Network.
Oh, Cartoon Network in Mexico does still exist. I keep forgetting it does. But Cartoon Network America, no, no, no. How's it going, Evil Dr. Manhattan? What's going on with you? But yeah, you have that. You have the people who did like Lackadaisy and stuff. And Glitch. Glitch is also doing super well, all thanks to the Australian government being pro-animation.
Well, I sent you a DM on Discord. This is the story Everson was talking about it.
Oh, which story?
The true story behind Tumblr's most infamous Kickstarter.
The true story of Tumblr's most infamous Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Alright, here, let's look at this. Look at this DM that Kai here has sent me. Here, chat, we'll go back to research commentary zone here. Alright. So here we are, chat. We got the true story behind Tumblr's most infamous Kickstarter. I would press refresh and follow numbers would increase. I was like, oh wow, what the hell? And so there's this character going on here. God, this is a lot. A lot of text.
But basically, long story short, I'm trying to find it.
Oh yeah, they did a comic called Bear Cub Meets Sad End, whatever. Gotta find a way to scam my awful government to fund Me Too one of these days. Right? Yeah, like the Australian government funds animations. Where the United States doesn't fucking do that. Like, that's some real goddamn bullshit.
Yeah, it was called Miss Officer and Mr. Truffles.
Oh, Miss Officer and Mrs. Truffles?
Mr. Truffles.
Wow.
It got trendy, and then the creator of the fan comic was a 19-year-old teenager.
A 19-year-old teenager made the fan comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she got the funding for it, but because she's 19 years old, she doesn't know how to run an animation.
Oh no. Oh, I knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, so a lot of people dump money onto this really young individual who had no clue how to run an animation team. And ran off with the money, and people.
She ran off with the money?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. So this person right here ran off with the money because he doesn't know how to run an animations team. How about this? Let's go. I'm gonna go over here. Let's do this. Go to Notebook.
Here it is. I found the Tumblr.
Which is fine. All right, we'll go to Notebook LM.
I found it.
Link. We'll do this. We'll ask it like we're gonna interrogate this article like it's a person, chat. Let's see. Give me a TLDR version of this. If it understands that. So the true story behind Tumblr's most infamous Kickstarter. The story contra is on Miss Officer and Mr. Truffles, a fictional cartoon idea that became a huge viral sensation on Tumblr in 2014 during the platform's peak. The concept in 2011, a photo from a Canadian newspaper showing RCMP Constable Susan Bork and a bear cub. On January 2014, a Tumblr user suggested this photo would make a great cartoon about an officer and a bear solving crimes. The art in Virality, a young Mexican artist known as A, drew fan art for the cartoon, naming it Miss Officer and Mr. Truffles. The fan art was immediately a massive hit, gathering hundreds of thousands of notes. The Kickstarter, amid the viral frenzy, and then 18 teamed up with other users to launch a Kickstarter on June 3rd, 2014, seeking $80,000 for a 7-minute animated short to pitch to TV networks. A hope would be her chance to break into the animation industry. The implosion, the project, quickly became a massive clusterfuck. Drama erupted when discovered A's old offensive social media username. Furthermore, a former animator accused the project team of bullying, withholding payments, and defrauding supporters. Fuck. Oh, shit. Right? So we got that here. The outcome and legacy. The Kickstarter never fully funded, which resulted in donated money being returned to the supporters. Much of A's relief, A now feels that the older users who approached her exploited her. Yeah, right? This stress led to A to require therapy, as an online drama caused significant distress. The incident quickly overshadowed by DashCon, as it seemed prescient example of how viral ideas are crowdsourced into chaotic commercial projects. Preceding phenomenon like Fire Festival and current crypto crowdfunding booms. It continues the work of professional artists and remains the permanent fixture of Tumblr lore. Wow. Okay, so basically we got that going on here. Let's see, how much money did A run off with? I like using Notebook LM for interrogation reasons. Is the case here. God damn. Let's see, based on source, A did not run off with any money from the Miss Officer, Miss Truffles Kickstarter. Alright, but the Kickstarter which thought, okay, but so there's no money to be run off, it just didn't. Despite accusations of defrauding supporters, being thrown out in Project Team, the Project Team, the failure fund meant the funds were returned to the back. Okay, so the funds were brought back. Okay. Mentioned she did spend considerable amount of her own money that she never got back during the time okay, how much did she spend? How much money did she spend on her own? On her own money is the case. A considerable amount, which is whatever, but was an 18-year-old student living in Mexico at the time. God damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had no clue.
Had no clue what to do with her animation. That's fucking why. I mean, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. You gotta, like, go around and, like, network with people and find out what they can do instead of be like, yeah, I'm gonna hire my friends and all that jazz. Isn't that gonna be neato? So cool. And then you end up, like, you gotta hire people to do, like, the fucking job, man. You gotta hire financial people. You gotta hire a marketing firm. You gotta hire, like, so many. But yeah, that's definitely a lot of wild lore for sure. Goddamn.
I mean, that's the perfect example of how you get like a young teenager, don't know what the fuck they're doing. Someone
right.
amass like this much money, but then but then having spiral out of control.
Yeah. I mean, when you get bullied on the internet, it's like, that sucks. You should probably ignore these motherfuckers and do your fucking job. Like, I mean, that's what happens. You know, and people, I mean, I don't know. There's some people who love drama and love the attention, but they're like, you know what? I'm just going to react to these guys here. And then, and they're like, oh, you're bullying me. And it's like, you shouldn't be responding to these people whatsoever. In the least bit.
Honestly, learn your failures fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta learn your failures. Pretty fucking hard on that. There we go.
That's what I learned anyways.
Gotta learn your failures, chat.
How do you learn to ignore people? Just start ignoring them and don't give them attention. Stay quiet. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
To make you look weak, but really people will get bored of you.
Yeah.
And move on to the next team.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, that is definitely a lot of wild lore for that, for sure.
What,
For the
bear?
Yeah, the bear one and anything else. Like, that's some crazy shit.
Someone told me about that story. I was just like, that's interesting to hear. And then it's like, it's also like a tall tale fact that's like, I don't think young people should be ready to handle the production level of that stuff.
Yep.
They shouldn't be that competent yet.
100%.
Or how to work as a team.
Right? Because you need to network your way to meet people in animation and stuff like that. And hopefully you can go through like a whole questionnaire with people to see if they can do the job. Is the case. That's what you have to do. See Master Dodo over there. What's going on?
We're very patient with a lot of people until we find out that they can't work as a team or
Yeah.
That's how we learn. Anyways, and I've learned that like if they don't pay attention to the project, that's already a red flag.
Yep.
That's how I know. How we know that like if the person's not gonna pay attention to the assignment, that's how you know these are who's a professional versus an amateur.
Yeah. It's a thing. Damn, how you know? Young people are dumb. Take it from me. And older young people. You figured out I was lurking? Yep, I figured out I was lurking. All thanks to Mix It Up. Right now we're working on our comic here, chat. Have you been working on a comic, Bobber? Also, what have you been up to, Dodo?
I'm surprised you never heard that story before.
Yeah, no, that's fucking wild. No, what the fuck? Listen to the radio driving in your car. Radio gets results. Da-na-na-na. Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. Banana. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. That's radio. I'll answer in a sec, BRB. Starting plan B. You're starting plan B. What do you mean? What do you mean by plan B? What do you mean by that? So you want to go to place. No, what the fuck? Listen to the radio driving in your car. Radio gets results. How much hide cash do you have? Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. Banana. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. That's radio. Yeah, what have you been up to, Dodo? What's going on? What's been going on with Dodo? I'm aware. I just need to move it. There we go. 900,000. I got a couple of webcomic ideas, but I don't know which one to pick. Good morning. It's prioritizing workflow. I see. I mean, if you're struggling with ideas, which one? It's like this. Which idea do you lean more towards to that you feel is like a good idea towards to, right? And if you have a more lean versus like a less lean with the second idea, then I recommend going with the other idea that seems superior. Change this into black. Hey, Alien, haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Oh, it's prioritizing workflow. Gotcha. Yo. Oh, yeah, that's a sensible. The problem is I'm leaning to ideas from different projects, but they're not reconcilable enough into a new thing. Got it. So you're still like in conceptual phase then. You've been working down the coal mine, prices going down. Working on the coal mine, oh, I'm going down. You've been working in the coal mine there, Alien? Putting the alien to use? No. Alien is not working in the coal mine in the least bit. I'm about to slip down. I'm so tired. How long can this go? We had to stream around like 10. What time is it over there? But you can dip at any time. You're not obligated to watch this whole entire stream, Bobbert. I'm not gonna be mad or anything. Like, watching art streams can be some boring shit sometimes. Oh, I'm calling the coal mine song a little, but... Oh, yeah. About to slip down, Lord, I'm so tired. Oh, right. Oh. But it's 2:30 p.m. Got it. Here is 6:37 a.m. for Alien Times. I finished drawing a terrible mouse, Lorna, completing the groping series of drawing to start the series, which is follow-ups, the groping series of drawing into my IRL job. Did you get a new IRL job, by the way? Or are you still waiting for payment to come in from your new IRL job? There we go. Then we can move you up a tad bit. I got the payment. Big old check. Hell yeah. Finally. Jeez. Wait. So, Alien, I have a question for you. every time I see like an alien like short all the time of like aliens coming down from space, I find it weird that people assume that the aliens have like infinite like wisdom of like knowing the planet or like the galaxy, anything, and they assume they're like some kind of like god to be like, these aliens have to know. They have to know what life started, right? And it's like, I think like these aliens could they like easily lie to like a whole planet and be like, yeah, that makes sense. If the alien said it, it must be true. It must be true if the alien says it. Like, aliens could easily, like, grift people from other planets and be like, yes, your planet was, used to be this, but now it's this. What if aliens were demons and they're lying about themselves, but in reverse? Maybe, I don't know, right? Maybe demons evolve into aliens or something like that. It would be kind of funny to make, like, full of wisdom. Yeah, like, aliens are, like, full of, like, infinite amount of wisdom. Like, they knew, like, the Big Bang and stuff like that. Like, and then people from Earth think they're, like, all gods. Like, they're all knowing somehow. Right? You know what? It would be kind of like a really fun, like, series where you just write a bunch of, like, aliens coming down to, like, planets all the time, thinking that they're at the end times, when they're like, yes, we know all the knowledge of your people. We've been watching you for years. And then the aliens, like, look at each other and they're like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But they, like, improvise this whole, like, thing with, like, people who are, like, clueless on what space is or what other galaxy are like. So they have to, like, rely on the information from the aliens, making up, like, shit. And probably the aliens would be like, maybe if we tell them to take us to their leader, they will. We demand $1 million in your Earth people's currency. We demand gold or food. We demand in and out from your people. That's it. We'll come back in the next 20 years. Maybe. Alright, there we go. I think... At least that's what I think that aliens would do, is like they would just like improvise thinking they're all knowing and stuff like that. And they'll just make up like bullshit every fucking time when there's like a question. What were we before we're humans? Alien masters. You used to look like this. And then they hold up like a scribble that looks like kind of like creature-ish, and they're like, oh wow, we used to look like that? That's amazing. Yes you did. Now can you please take me to Burger King, thanks, or this In-N-Out I've been hearing about from your people. I'm pretty parched. The amoeba, right? Yeah. Take me to Amoeba Records. I've been hearing about this good music coming from here. They're like, wow, we used to be amoebas? Crazy. I mean, we already knew that, but like, yeah. And I bet like the aliens are like only like going back in time to become God, right? And I bet the aliens would be like, if they ask, like, the Earth people ask them how old the aliens are, like, realistically, they're only, like, 50 or 60 years old. Or even, like, in their 20s or 30s. And they're gonna lie and say, I'm about, 20,000 years old. So, yeah. I was there when the Big Bang happened. And they're like, wait, if you're only 20,000 years old, like the Earth's like a billion years old. What are you talking about? I mean, I am a billion years old. I've been around. I think that would be kind of like a really fun concept to do of aliens bullshitting Earthlings all the time. When they're like trying to like grift Earthlings out of like free food or something like that. Actually being 6 months old. They're actually 6 months old. I'm only 6 months, 50 years old. We're just more, advanced in technology. We had to, like, jump right in. Also, Shadman has returned to the internet and has posted, really? The tweaker is back? Back from jail, I suppose. Oh my god. I didn't even think that was possible. Just post art piece just 5 minutes ago. Really? Okay. On Twitter? Okay. Oh, more of Belle Delphine. Oh, it's just more Belle Delphine artwork. Nah. Nothing new. Crazy he came back. That's wild. Wild he came back. That's some crazy shit. Alright, let's see. I want to... I'll just make these guys pop out. There we go. We're going to hit save for you. Yesterday he posted Judy Hopps. Is that true? What, that true? Ba-na-na-na-na. I think I saw something. Oh yeah, they did put Judy Hopps, and it's not that. That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit, Master. Master Dodo, that is crazy. Alright, we need to go ahead and create page 23. Chat. I'm excited to leave for Chicago tomorrow, Master Dodo. I'm going to be in Chicago. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to be there for MFF, for Midwest Fur Fest. It's going to be pretty chilly. Is it snowing where you're at, Dodo? 2026 is going to be crazy. Yep, crazy 2026. It's going to be like 2016. No one cares. No, it's not snowing. I know it's snowing in Chicago. That's for sure. I know it's snowing over there.
Hold on. It snows in New Jersey, too.
Does it snow in New Jersey? In New Jersey land? Hold on, chat. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom.
As there are a series of screen recording software on the market, which is the best screen recorder for free download? Reek Experts enables you to select a suitable recording mode for different scenarios. Moreover, it can record any resources on the screen. Let me demonstrate it to you. Let's download it.
No, I'm not done for today. No, we don't end the stream until like 10. No, this is a BRB screen every time I have to go to like restroom or do a coffee break. No. I live too close to the sea, so it has to be really cold for snow. Better put the plush on top of the bean. What do you mean, better put the plush on top of the bean, alien? What do you mean by that? There we go, because the previous, so I'll show you the previous page, chat, that I worked on. I'll show you here. There we are. For page 21. You know exactly. Oh, and see, look, so I have the Coconut Dragons wearing little hats and stuff like that because... So, alright, here's the ordeal, chat. Here's the ordeal. So, when Coconut Dragons wear little tiny hats, they presume... It's presumed the, whatever it is. So, if a little Coconut Dragon becomes like a cowboy, people will think it's literally a cowboy. Or if the Coconut Dragon's wearing like a little police hat, people will literally think it's a police officer. It's a case. But once the hat comes off, then the illusion goes away. You mean the Shork Bean? These Coconut Dragons look a bit like Peppies. You ever see those? Peepees? No, I have not. Let me research these. Oh. Oh, these guys, right? Let's go over to Research Commentary Zone here for a second. These guys, right? They're stuffed toys that look a little oddball. I've seen these before. I might have seen these at licensing expos. They look so... Oh, these things called peepees? Or peppies? Or pee-pee theme? Pee-pee. I think they're called pee-pee.
I think it was probably one of those skibbity toilet fads.
Maybe. I think these are, like, ironic. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's like one of those, like, skibbity toilet, like,
yeah.
ironic.
But we had made a plush of the Coconut Dragons before, chat. Here, I'll show you.
No, it's on your head.
Oh, yeah, it's on my head. Whoops.
Yeah, just go back to your main screen.
Yeah. You can see right here, there's the plush right there. There's the plush of the Coconut Dragon right there. On me, and the one that's, like, walking back and forth. So, yeah, that's it right there. What if they quickly put the hat back on? Then the illusion goes right back. So, they can dupe people if they got little hats. If they wear a little, like, fireman hat, they presume the position of a fireman, presume the position of, like, of a police officer, a doctor, whatever. And people would automatically think it's the thing until, like, the hat pops off. Or whatever it is. But the illusion can go back, though. But yeah, this is what the little plushes look like. The one that's on jumping on my head. So that's what the little Coconut Dragon plush we have. But yeah, this is page 21 right here. The case for that. So this is turning out super nice. Then we did some more background work with the Hoi chasing after the Coconut Dragon, stuff like that. So this is page like 22 is the case. But yeah, that's how usually Coconut Dragons roll. But they like to bonk on things. They can heal you by giving you kisses, apparently. You can also shake them and make little cocktails if you wanted to. You can shake and then they puke out.
It'll be another comic.
Yeah, it'll be in another comic.
Yeah,
for that.
It's more like geared to older audience.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to encourage children drinking.
Yeah, I don't want to encourage kids drinking 100%. But yeah, here's page 8 right here. Page 8 looks pretty cool. Because page 7, he gets bonked. Right here, so this came out really nice. And Hoi is saying no bonks. Because from page 7, he gets bonked. He gets bonked over here from behind. While I'm like making like 3D text and more fun little backgrounds and shit. So I like making like a lot of like facial expressions in this comic here and whatnot. So I'm happy this is going to turn out really good. For this comic that I've been working on. Wait, Dodo, what have you been doing lately? Besides telling me all about Shadman's return. I'm going to save you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over on Discord. Chat, you know we had a Discord. If you type in ! Discord, where we have a lot of stuff, including art resources and constructive criticisms, and people can post their work in progress and writing and stuff like that. We recently did Gartic Phone yesterday, chat. We did Gartic Phone yesterday. So there's that for you. And we posted a lot of images from yesterday's Gartic phone, which is super fun.
Are you excited for this coming up Thursday with the VTuber meetup?
Yeah, I'm excited. Chat, we're also doing a VTuber meetup over at MFF Midwest Fur Fest. That's going to be the first thing. And guess how many people are going to be there, chat? I will show you. That's going to be showing up for the Midwest Fur Fest. Work and drawing, absolute. So chat, here we are. I'll show you the schedule here. So boom, here we are, chat. I will show you. And then here is our thing right here. But guess what, chat? Guess how many people are showing up? 183 people are confirmed to be here, chat. 183 attendees are going to be at the VTuber Twitch meetup, chat. That is fucking bonkers. Chat, that is fucking bonkers to me.
I mean, we're like the largest furry con in the world.
Yeah, MFF is definitely the largest furry con in the world.
AC.
Yep, NAC, yep.
So those two are always competing.
Yep. It's hilarious, chat. Like so many people, 183. Look at this. Look at that. It is a lot going on here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we got 108. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Definitely a lot. A lot of fluffers. A lot of fluffers. Yep. A lot of furries coming in, chat. A lot of furries coming in for this networking event for VTubers. So it's going to be fan-fucking-tastic on this one here. A lot of people. I'm very excited. A lot of people are going. Like, it's great. I love it when people go to my panels, chat. I love it when people go to my panels when I host panels at conventions. We also do not just the networking event, chat, but we also do a comic jam there. However, the comic jam did not get accepted over at MFF, just the VTuber networking one.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I've got to like brain farting.
Mm-hmm. Chat, we got accepted for Emerald City Comic Con too for next year. For 2026.
We're just waiting on some stuff going on first.
Yeah.
We'll try to get the Coconut Dragon done before ACCC so we can introduce it at the con. It's a comic book reading con.
I will save you and then make page 23. Go pop and delete you. Yes. We'll go file, save as. We're 23 pages in, chat. 23. And we usually open this up in, Do you go to FurCons, Alien? Do you go to any conventions that you like going to? But yeah, Alien, do you go to FurCons? I'm assuming you do, right? I mean, aliens have to go to FurCons, right? But yeah, what do you mean put the plush on top of the bean? Like the bean shorts that we have?
I'm getting hungry.
You getting hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Alright, so we got you saved. Now we can open you up in Paint Tool Psi. See how that's going to turn out. Boom. Alright. Let's make Paint Tool Psi big. We'll drive for hours to get to the closest one. What is the closest FurCon to you? Or any convention in general, really? Do you go to conventions, Alien? You big convention goer? So you know it, fuck if I know. Got it, got it. Have you been to a convention before? Did the music stop?
I'm gonna eat something because I'm getting hungry. I usually eat around this time. So I don't starve myself.
No, you have not been to a convention at all. Would you like to go to one in the near future? Let's see. I'm trying to find thing that I had. There it is. There we go, chat. I want to be... No, also by Bean, I mean the Chicago... Oh, yes, yes. Oh, right. I will do that at the Chicago Bean. I will put Hyde and the Coconut Dragon underneath the Chicago Bean, and I'll also do another picture of the reflection of the Chicago Bean with the plush. Yes, I will do that. I will also flick the bean too, ironically. I will flick Chicago's bean, chat. That will happen. Alright, we'll copy open image over here. We'll copy you. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I totally forgot about that that landmark that they have. The big Chicago Bean. Forgot about that. Have you been? Have you been to the Chicago Bean? I like to think that Alien, the way he saw the bean, the way Alien saw the bean was like this. It was like... And there's the reflection of the bean right there. That's what Alien looked like when he's looking at the bean than anything else. Would ever go to a FurCon? Maybe for funsies. Oh yeah? Yeah, there's Alien right here. Looking at the from the perspective of the reflection from the Chicago bean, where it's all like warped out. Oh, what happened? Why am I see. Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta fix this. Gotta fix this chat. Don't worry, nothing's dead yet. There we go. I don't know why it froze up. Perfect. Okay. We gotta work it again, chat. Dress up like a Team Fortress 2 spy with a boy kisser paper man. Yeah, there's actually people who do that. There are people who do that, Alien. There's people who would dress up as the Team Fortress 2 spy, 100%. Oh, wait, we gotta fix that because the reflection didn't make sense. There we go. Yeah, see, there's Alien right there, looking at the Chicago bean. Oh my god, that's too funny. And we'll delete you. We gotta create some panels here. There we go. Ow! What the fuck? So derpy. God, throw stuff at me, huh? I'll come over there and beat you up. Take me to your leader, you say? I'll take you to my toilet. That's where you're gonna be going. Or maybe you can dress up as like the... Or, you know, Team Fortress 2 spy with the alien, with your alien character in the front. There we go. So you go chat, we have it, we have it. We'll go ahead and do this, we'll go pop. No! No, 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 no. We'll go pop, 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 pop. Go pop, 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 pop. Easy, easy. We got it now, chat, we have it now. I recently finished watching, Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, chat. So good. I'm like a little bit behind the times, but I recently finished watching The Mandalorian. Really good, I like it. Super fun, expands a lot. I heard they're going to be doing a movie to continue on it. instead of doing another cinematics season. I'm a little iffy on the Book of Boba Fett. Chat, did you end up watching the Book of Boba Fett? I heard it was like, I heard mixed reviews. You finished Adventure Time. Wow, like all of it? Is Adventure Time finally dead? What's this?
Mai Tai.
Ooh, yummy. Mmm. Including the one with the girl version of Finn. It's funny because I stopped watching Adventure Time when they kept nerfing Finn all the time. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. We're never going to get a happy ending with Finn. But how is it? How is it finishing Adventure Time, by the way? Waiting for season 2 of Fiona and Cake to end before I start it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, because I stopped watching Adventure Time because they kept nerfing Finn, like, all the time. And it's like, well, it's really annoying when you keep, like, pulling shit like that. And so it wasn't really appreciative to, like, even continue watching it than anything else. So it's like, but I'm glad it advanced up to being an HBO Max thing, so they can do a little bit more. Because Cartoon Network definitely, like, limited Adventure Time a lot. I do like Smiling Friends, though. Smiling Friends is pretty based. Now they have gore. Yeah, they got gore now. Because they're on HBO. They got gore and Adventure Time, which is fucking crazy. They got it. All right, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create. So we'll draw like some roughs right over here. The end of season 10 was something. Oh, yeah? What made the end of season 10 something? Like, what is it that they did? Oh, we talking about Adventure Time now? I'm on a loud street right now, so I can barely hear anything. Oh no! Poor Bobbert! What an upset. Do you not own a pair of headphones or anything, or what? I remember, you know what's funny, Bobbert? Like, I remember I had, like, a family of people that would watch my show, like, religiously. Like, they'll watch this stream. And it was kind of a little bit of an honor to have, like, family people watching this stream. I don't know if they still do or not. I don't think they do anymore. But, they would watch me. They're like, Mom, Dad, the Hyde Hermit Studio show is on. You gotta watch this. It's a family thing now. I always thought that was kind of funny. Hell yeah, family thing. Grass Finn is dead. Betty fussed with Golb, and the treehouse gets smashed and turned into Ruble. Wow. Wow. So did it's not, so they're homeless now? Is Jake dead? I was been confused if Jake was, like, immortal. If anything else. I don't like that. I stopped watching after season 8. I was telling Alien Bobber that I stopped watching Adventure Time when he kept nerfing Finn like 24/7. And I was like, I'm not here for that. They made an after series called Distant Lands where they touched that subject. Oh, really? On on Jake being like immortal or dead or some shit. I heard about Distant Lands. Did you watch Distant Lands? Hmm. Yeah, they made an after. Jake dies when Finn is like in his 20s, and gets a tattoo of Jake on his chest after. How does Jake die? Like, does he turn into like this blue demon thing or what? Because I like to think that Adventure Time, they don't tell, huh? Because I like to think that Adventure Time was literally based off of, like, off that fucking game Fallout than anything else. And there's a dog in Fallout named Dogmeat. In the Fallout game, Dogmeat dies. So I'm pretty sure he's going off. I would, like... Adventure Time went a different direction when fucking Pendleton Ward didn't want to be the head director anymore. I remember they did a whole fucking Rolling Stones article on Pendleton Ward about him not being the fucking head honcho. Blue Monster got defeated after he revealed he drains all his kids, including Jake, off of their lifespan, from what I remember. Interesting, okay. Because all the kids were from Lady Rainicorn, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the pups create their own kingdom. Damn. What kind of kingdom did they create? A dictatorship controlled by pup number 7 lasting over 1,000 years. Oh my god. Holy shit. And Finn's only human, so goddamn. That's fucking crazy. Was that in Distant Lands? Here, we need to go and save this. Alright, chat. It's that time again. It's that time to do some horror reacts. That's right. I'm gonna be reacting to some wacky shit. That's for sure. If you happen to be on the Discord, you can post whatever videos you want. No, it wasn't the last episode of Fiona Kid. Got it. Got it. Okay. So I'm going to be reacting to some stuff, chat. Let's go and find some wacky shit. Let's see. We're gonna find some stuff, chat. Don't worry. Only reason pup number 7 lived for this long is because he stole, of course, the ice crown and replaced his eye with it. Oh, shit. So he became, like, immortal, basically. All right, here, we're going to react to this, chat. And it's a bit insane. God damn. Also pink ice because of it. Is there also pink ice on it? Alright, here we go. Hello, chat. It's me, your host, Hoy. We're going to be reacting to The Real Reason Cartoon Network Failed. And so this is by the Infographic Show. So we're going to be reacting to them. They got about 15.3 million subscribers. They got 1 million views within 4 months ago. Cartoon Network went to shit real fast when they started hiring people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing and thinking that will make the money. So there's that for you. They live in Warner Brothers now. So there's that for you. All right, here we go. So we're going to be reacting to this garbage, is the case. Boom.
It used to be the cornerstone of Saturday mornings. No school, no homework. Just...
Remember Saturday morning cartoons, chat? Remember? Where you had to wake up from Saturday morning to watch your stuff, especially on Friday nights were pretty good.
Back-to-back cartoons. But now,
yes,
the network that defined an era is in an early grave. Today,
it's dead now. It's dead forever. It's never going to come back because the people at Warner Brothers over at Viacom don't think so.
With 24/7 streaming and endless networks, kids don't have to wait until the weekend. They can watch cartoons anytime, anywhere. So
anytime, anywhere, any place. Well, not any place. It was just like at home, but you know, whatever.
Exactly what happened to Cartoon Network? Was it streaming giants, shifting habits, or was it an inside job?
Was it an inside job, just like 9/11?
Find out on this episode of The Infographic Show why Cartoon Network failed. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're a 90s
Yes.
kid, the odds are your child
Remember being a 90s kid? Remember being an 80s kid? Remember being a 70s child? I don't, but I do remember being a 90s kid, yes.
childhood is packed with cartoon memories, and most of them aired just once or twice a day. When you came home from school, there was always
Yep.
a full lineup waiting for you, including Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs, Batman,
See, we got some base cartoons going on here. Got some based fucking cartoons, yes.
and Goof Troop.
Goof
But
Troop, yep,
Saturday
remember Goof Troop? That was some pretty base shit.
mornings was the holy grail. From dawn until noon, it was a marathon of pure animated joy. This was where many millennial kids got their first introduction to Pokemon, and where Disney's
Yes.
famous One Saturday Morning ruled the
Yes, one Saturday morning was pretty baller.
airwaves. It seemed like a tradition that would never end, but nothing is forever, not even childhood. Today,
Nope.
flip on the TV on a
I want to be a kid forever! A Toys R Us kid! Yeah, okay.
Saturday morning, and you're more likely to find news, game shows, and soap operas.
Yeah.
Not a single cartoon in sight. Who could turn off such a beloved tradition?
Who?
One of the main culprits was the government.
The
While the kids were
government?
enjoying their cartoons, their parents were growing
Whoa, the government? Uh-oh.
concerned. Every Saturday ended with hyper kids begging
I
for
wonder who was the president at the time. I think it was probably like Bill Clinton or George Bush, right? It had to be like George Bush Jr.
toys. This led to new regulations that prohibited certain advertisements for toys and junk food during kids' programming, slashing
Yep.
the profit margins. Regulations were soon passed requiring kids' content to have a certain amount of educational content.
There needs to be educational in my cartoons. They have to learn something or speak a particular language, like English.
But the biggest opponent of Saturday morning cartoons and their syndicated weekend counterpart turned out to be themselves.
Themselves?
In the 80s, a new competitor started to emerge in the world of cartoons.
Who could that
Kids
be?
didn't have to wait for after school or Saturday mornings to get their cartoon fix. They could flick on the TV, turn to their favorite cable channel, and there would be cartoons playing at all hours of the day.
24/7, baby. Let's go.
With more time slots, these networks could soon greenlight more cartoons for all age groups, including
Yes.
nostalgic adults. And soon their competition got bigger. Unsurprisingly, the first to drop their anchor in the new waters of cable was Disney.
Yes, Disney, the ultimate capitalist of the world.
The Disney Channel debuted in 1983, and it would be a runaway hit, creating a massive increase in subscriptions and causing kids to beg
Come on, please give me cable TV, Mom. Ah!
their parents to get cable.
Yeah.
While the early years of the channel focused on live-action sitcoms and TV movies, it would soon host more and more cartoons. It was such a success that it spawned two spin-offs, Disney XD, an action-focused channel, which had slightly more mature cartoons,
Yes, like dying.
and Disney Junior, which focused on preschoolers with shorter-form content.
Yes.
But an upstart with a catchy name would soon pose the biggest challenge yet. Now owned by Paramount, Nickelodeon launched in 1977,
Okay.
but it didn't get serious attention
So back in 1977, it used to be called Spin Wheel, by the way. Like before it became Nickelodeon.
until the
Or Pinwheel, sorry. Pinwheel was the name before it became Nickelodeon.
1990s. That's when its lineup of original programming began making waves. Rugrats, a show about the adventures of imaginative babies, not only was
Yes.
a hit on TV, but spawned two motion picture spin-offs.
Time for sleepers. Yes.
It also
Bye, lol. Thank you for stopping by, Alien.
There you
struck
go.
gold with
All right. Look at that.
a more serious show, the Asian-influenced epic fantasy Avatar: The Last
Avatar?
Airbender, and the company hit pay dirt in the early 2000s.
Because they were rolling on SpongeBob like fucking crazy, chat. They were rolling on that shit forever.
With SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
A tale of a hard-working sea sponge working in fast food and his
Where's your
eccentric
dinner?
neighborhood.
Eat some
It was
of
such a
dinner.
huge hit that it is still running today and has spawned an endless series of movies, spin-offs,
Uh-huh.
and even a stage show. So it was inevitable that one of the kings of cartoons would soon get into the fray. Warner
All right.
Brothers has been a cartoon powerhouse for almost a century.
A century, you say, huh?
With Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes only being second to Mickey and his friends in recognizability. They still have a huge fan base, so it was no surprise when they joined the cable cartoon fray in 1992 with Cartoon Network.
Damn.
With all of the Warner Brothers properties at their disposal, they not only made the most of the Looney Tunes, but of the famous superheroes of DC Comics.
DC Comics, goddamn.
That advantage didn't just help them dominate, it gave them room to take creative risks, leading to some of the most distinctive original cartoons of the 90s and 2000s. And then there was Adult Swim, an adult-focused programming block that offered mature and bizarre cartoons. But
Right.
while it started out
I remember now. They started doing like anime and shit, which they had a little segment for.
high, it didn't stay there. From the start, Cartoon Network has always had a reputation as a more offbeat, experimental network than its competition. It had to, launching later than its rivals like Nickelodeon and Disney, meant
Right.
that it needed to make a mark fast. While its earliest shows focused on classics like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry,
Yep.
as well as DC Comics shows like Justice League and Teen Titans,
They gotta buy up all these IPs to keep people interest, chat. They gotta buy them all up.
before long they rolled out original and experimental content that gained them a lot of acclaim and a lot of confusion.
A lot of
When we
confusion, you say, huh?
experimental, We mean some of those shows are weird. Early
We don't like these weird shows that you're propagating to our children. What's going on?
Cartoon Network original hits included Dexter's Laboratory, about a pint-sized mad scientist, Powerpuff Girls, about a trio of preschool-age
Yes.
superheroes, and the deeply traumatizing Courage the Cowardly Dog, featuring a tiny pup fighting the eldritch abominations threatening his elderly owners. In the 2000s, the network's signature show became Adventure Time.
We were talking about Adventure Time, chat. We were fucking talking about this.
About a boy and a talking dog exploring a realm of talking candy and strange monsters. It paved the way for shows like Steven Universe, which
Ugh.
saw
Oh boy.
a family of sentient cosmic gems raising a half-human, half-alien
Boy, that created a whole fan base of weird people.
boy. Regular Show, a surrealist comedy about a raccoon and a blue jay
Uh-huh.
working dead-end jobs. And The Amazing World of Gumball, a series that featured bizarre and surreal visual gags. The network had a loyal fan
Oh no. This
Guys,
ain't it.
I think we should have asked for a sample before we ordered.
base, even if most didn't know how to describe their favorite show. And it wasn't just the kids who fell for this strange new network. While Disney and Nickelodeon stuck to strictly family-friendly fare, Nick at Night's classic sitcom
Oh yeah, Nick and Night. We can watch the Flintstones.
reruns being the closest it ever came to adult content, Adult Swim veered in the opposite direction. Its first original show was Space Ghost Coast to
You know, that's pretty based. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was pretty based. Absolutely.
Coast, which reinvented the classic superhero as a talk show host. The network aired action-packed anime, reruns of adult sitcoms like Family Guy, and assorted
Yes.
original shows. That was until it hit the jackpot with Rick and Morty, a sci-fi show about a mild-mannered
Now it hit a better jackpot with Smiling Friends. Even better.
boy traveling the multiverse with his deranged mad scientist grandpa. It seemed like the good times would never end, but they did, in a hurry. If you look at Cartoon Network today, it's a shadow of its former self. It's so dramatic, in fact, that the network has barely any original shows on it. Most of the popular ones
What are you blowing? I am blowing on curry because it's hot.
have ended, some have migrated elsewhere, and others have been abruptly canceled by the network. But that doesn't
I apologize on that.
mean Cartoon Network is extinct by any stretch. It's still
Yeah.
running from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., but what kids will find will be very different from the old days, and it might be very repetitive. And if you ask the fans, it has ruined Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it definitely did. Cartoon Network definitely started eating itself up by making terrible fucking shows.
Viewership of the network has declined precipitously over only a few years, with more than half of the audience disappearing in only 5 years. The average viewership in
You know what the viewership is coming from, chat? The viewership is not coming from your average consumer. The viewership is coming from Nielsen, from those who have Nielsen boxes, all right? That's how they're getting their views, their numbers are from these special Nielsen boxes that Nielsen has a monopoly on, that they will send to people who would watch these shows. And that's how they get their numbers from. Not from your average TV viewer. Nope.
2020 was 274,000 viewers, with over 100,000 being in the coveted 18 to 49 demographic. It declined to around 200,000 in 2021, But it didn't reverse its decline or even stay steady. Instead, it kept dropping hard to the point.
They're broke, chat. They're 100% broke. Wild.
That in April 2025, the average viewership was just 61,000 people, or 44,000 households.
Gee, I wonder why. I wonder if Nielsen was lacking. Is the case. Nielsen was not sending enough Nielsen boxes to people. By the way, Nielsen pays people to watch shows. I want to point that out to you, and they still do.
That is more than an 80% drop in less than half a decade.
Oh.
And it makes people wonder if the network might be along for the world.
Huh.
It's unlikely that Cartoon Network will be going off the air anytime soon.
Okay.
It's still profitable, especially as it airs relatively little original content.
Worldwide or just U.S.? Only the U.S. It's specifically on U.S.
these days, and it can keep going on forever on mostly reruns. But the heart of the network has already been shut down, with its in-house animation studio closing its doors in 2023, and the website being taken offline in 2024. That essentially makes the network a ghost of its former self, running...
Because each country would have its own little, like, viewership ordeal on however the government runs, or FCC runs, or some shit.
On nostalgia and reruns, while the people who made it a success are already long gone. If you ask its old school fans, it's already dead. Which raises the question, who killed it?
Who killed it? It's viewers like you! Totally not the corporate entities that said it was not going anywhere.
Like any good murder mystery, there are plenty of suspects, but perhaps the biggest culprit behind Cartoon Network's decline is simple. It never quite kept pace with its rivals.
Oh.
Shows like Gravity Falls, SpongeBob, and Avatar became merchandising icons and spawned multiple...
I don't know about that. I mean, you see books for, Gravity Falls over there, but I rarely see much merch, especially over at the Disney theme parks of Gravity Falls. You never see that.
Spin-offs, even if the latter's fans would rather not talk about.
The thing with Cartoon Network is they never, ever, barely make fucking merch for their original cartoons whatsoever. They barely make the best they could do is probably a t-shirt, but that's really about it. But even then, that's not something custom, a fucking of the shirt of the character that's wearing, or a plush, or a little vinyl toy figure,
About it. There is no live-action movie in Ba Sing Se, but Cartoon Network shows were always cult hits at best. None of the original properties have ever had a theatrical movie spin-off, for one thing.
Nope.
The closest was probably the adult-skewing Rick and Morty, but its biggest success involved a PR disaster and a riot over McDonald's.
Like that one cringy dude jumping on stage, Szechuan sauce! Oh my god.
Szechuan sauce. And they also haven't broken out into the real world. One of the biggest ways a kid's property becomes an empire these days is with a presence in theme parks. Disney obviously hasn't...
I mean, there's no Cartoon Network land. I mean, the best you're going to go is probably Warner Brothers fucking backlot tour.
An entire theme park empire to itself, and its most successful cartoons can hold court there. Nickelodeon has multiple licensing deals with top theme parks.
So many!
The indoor Nickelodeon Universe theme parks at a pair of giant malls, and several areas dedicated to its characters at Universal Studio Parks. While Cartoon Network's parent company Warner Brothers does have a licensing agreement with the Six Flags chain, it's usually limited to some branding and character meet and greets. And even then, it's really only the Looney Tunes and DC heroes who get to represent the company.
That's true. If you ever been to fucking Six Flags before, they usually just promote Looney Tunes and fucking DC characters, and that's about it. Where Knott's Berry Farm has fucking I would say Peanuts over there, so.
But they do have one surprising presence. It's just not where you think. Cartoon Network's most prominent real-world presence is the Cartoon Network.
To start a podcast with Riverside,
No!
It is a concept and a way
Fuck
to
off,
record.
Riverside.
Here's how it works.
Hotel, a heavily themed family resort inspired by the Powerpuff Girls, Steve...
This hotel still exists, chat. This hotel still exists under contract. It's funny. Chat, there is an area in a hotel that someone has died in before it became the Cartoon Network Hotel. I want to point this out. All right. Wild.
Even Universe, Adventure Time, and more. There's even a Cartoon Network-themed pool and restaurant.
Yeah.
So where is this shrine to animated chaos located?
Not in Los Angeles. It's definitely in a different state, that's for sure. I'll take it too long to walk to inspect a room. I might try to rent, but I'm way too early to get a coffee to kill time. Was nice. It was an area my parents like, but they all mostly close before 5 p.m., so that stinks. Still got a coffee, but that's so fucking lame, man. Yeah, that's upsetting. That is upsetting. What kind of room were you inspecting, by the way?
Orlando?
Was it just like a hotel room or some shit?
Los Angeles? Nope. It is located in the Amish town of Lancaster,
Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yes.
Pennsylvania, right next to Dutch Wonderland.
Yep.
A fairy tale themed amusement park. This makes the two an odd fit, and the Cartoon Network Hotel a big surprise to many people who encounter it. And that has kept Cartoon Network from reaching the heights of its competition. But
because I don't know why they wanted to pick that fucking state. Whoever, it's just an average bedroom. Whoever picked that particular area in an Amish town is literally a supreme dipshit. Like, I don't see why they thought they make money there.
its decline may be self-inflicted. Today, those who tune into Cartoon Network may be in for an unpleasant surprise. The network has very little in the way of original content. Rick and Morty still holds court on Adult Swim.
Well, no. Well, to be fair, this video is kind of old, but Smiling Friends is the new thing that holds way more than Rick and Morty. Way more.
But the show has been through rough waters. Its co-creator and lead voice actor was fired from the show due to a series of allegations and controversies. As for the kids, there's only one show currently airing new episodes on the network, and it just so happens to be its most controversial. Teen
Smiling
Titans
Friends?
Go, a long-running spin-off of the DC Comics animated series.
Gold Coast is very psychopathic in regards to renting places, and you're likely to live with insane people. Really? That's wild. Why would you live with a crazy person?
Series Teen Titans took the show's 5
Have you done it before?
lead characters and turned them into chibi-style parodies of
Yep.
themselves, packed with dense humor and visual gags. And old-school fans of the characters hate it. But there's just one problem: little kids seem to love it. It's been running for over 10 years, and it got a spin-off movie. It's so successful for the network that it can run for hours at a time and air repeats that take up the majority of the kids' programming for the day.
You just gamble and hope for the best. Are these like... God, I'm trying to think of the term for this. But... where you, instead of buying like a hotel room, you get something that's like lower than a hotel room than anything else, and you have to like sleep with a bunch of random people at like in a bunk bed or some shit.
And that has left little room for anything else. Most of Cartoon Network's other shows have ended or been canceled. Shows like We Baby Bears, itself a chibi-style spin-off
You think that would be successful, but they already did Wee Bears, and man, people are kind of like tired of that.
of another show, are in limbo as they wait for the news of renewal. Many shows, when they air on
Well, they won't because Cartoon Network's dead.
Adult Swim, come in knowing that they are likely to only have a limited run. It's not just that Cartoon Network is in decline, it's that no one is sure anymore if there is even a place for it at all. Because cartoon viewing has changed once again in a big way.
So big that they're competing with independent animators and YouTubers, if anything else, because no one doesn't have time to like watch cable television anymore.
The days of tightly scheduled cartoon blocks are over. Today's kids aren't adjusting their day around a network's timetable. They're used to cartoons being on demand via
You just gamble and hope for the best.
streaming platforms. Fans can simply open a website or an app and order up their favorite shows just like you'd search for your
You rent rooms for people hoping to make a living off of you, but Queenslanders are overwhelmingly white trash who don't know the laws of their own state. Ah, that's shitty, man. White trash people, fucking trailer trash garbage people. What an upset. What an upset.
favorite episode of the infographic.
Bobber, let me ask you something. How many flat earthers are over in Australia? Because I find it wild that there's flat earthers in Australia.
Show. Disney has Disney Plus and Hulu, while Nickelodeon has Paramount Plus. Cartoon Network's parent company has HBO Max, which has a massive array of old and new content. So that's where everyone should go to watch the new Cartoon Network shows, right? Well, it would seem so, but it hasn't worked out that way. HBO Max did play host to the acclaimed Fiona and Cake series, a more mature spin-off of Adventure Time. But in recent months, some surprising announcements have been made. A new season of Gumball will be coming.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that new season of Gumball. That looks pretty fucking baller.
But it'll be airing on
I don't know about Flat Earthers.
Hulu, owned by WB's competitor Disney. And likewise, a revival of regular show will be moving to Adult Swim. And most surprisingly, the Steven Universe sequel Lars of the Stars will be airing on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime? Neato. At least that was kind of like a little bit of a based show for a little bit.
None of these revivals of Cartoon Network hits will actually be airing on the main Cartoon Network.
No, they won't.
And if you ask some people, that might be by design. There is one thing nearly every hit cartoon has in common. It's a memorable villain. Whether it's Elmer Fudd chasing that wascally wabbit, Joker springing another death trap on Batman, or yet another masked criminal unmasked by the Mystery Machine Gang, the story wouldn't be the same without a great bad guy. And if you ask Cartoon Network
the bad guy, no.
Fans, the network
there seems to be like, a growing number of Flat Earthers over in Australia, it seems.
As one of its own. David Zaslav, the head of Warner Brothers Discovery, and the man in charge of the network.
A lot of people say that Zaslav really killed it for Cartoon Network. These guys are very different from regular folks in Sydney. Sydney has its lion's shares of white trash, but the white Aussies who live there have more decorum on average, in my experience. It's bad manners. I can't. Yeah, no. I mean, that's a sentiment with a lot of people like worldwide. I will tell you that. That is a worldwide sentiment, so I agree.
Since he took over in 2022, Zaslav has gained a reputation as a notorious cost cutter. He began his career at sister company Discovery, which specializes in reality television, and he's made some deep cuts in Warner Brothers scripted content. Most famously, he shelved a nearly completed Batgirl film as a tax write-off, ensuring it would never, ever be seen. He did the same to a Scooby-Doo animated film. And
but guess what? Another company picked that up. Wait, no, they didn't.
Of Looney Tunes movies almost suffered the same fate before being rescued from oblivion by an upstart new studio, Catch Up Entertainment. And that has led many people to ask, does this guy even like cartoons?
You love building high-performing websites.
No.
But you don't love having
cartoons? Fans of the classic WB cartoons have noticed that more and more shows seem to be disappearing from HBO Max.
Disappearing?
They show up on rival streaming services. Defenders of Zaslav said that he is essentially a finance guy who's just trying to find the most profitable option for the company. And getting a license fee for their own properties is a nice little boost for the coffers. But others say he is essentially selling off the company's legacy for parts. And the way
he's taking apart Warner Brothers right away.
It looks the future of cartoons at WB isn't bright. Only a few new cartoons have debuted on the network and streaming service in recent years. Close enough, from the makers of Regular Show, debuted with the streaming service.
That was a fun show to watch. I enjoyed watching this.
But was canceled after 3 seasons and disappeared.
Bummer.
Invincible Fight Girl, a new anime-inspired adventure, got good reviews, but is waiting for news of a second season. The one breakout hit, My Adventures with Superman,
that was a fun watch.
Not only got renewed for a 3rd season, but has had several spin-offs announced. So there may be a future for cartoons at WB, but only if you're a part of an existing franchise. So where is the next big franchise going to come from?
Where are you, franchise? Please, show me.
One bit of good news from Cartoon Network, it's that misery loves company. Neither of its competitors are what they used to be either. Disney Channel has seen its output of new cartoons decrease as it shifts its focus away from serialized adventure cartoons. While its long-running hits Big City Greens and Phineas and Ferb are still going strong, it recently canceled a trio of new cartoons after only 1 season. Both it and Nickelodeon have detailed several of their most popular cartoons over to the streaming services as the audiences for cable TV continues to decrease. But the biggest competition may be coming from an unexpected source. Now, if you ask kids today what they're watching, you're likely to get a very simple response. It's not Mickey Mouse or Looney Tunes.
It's Skibidi Toilet or 6'7", whatever that fucking means. Because if you ask any fucking Zoomer kid than anything else, they're going to say 6'7" or Skibidi Toilet. Boy, wow, that's amazing. Like, they're not going to talk about Adventure Time. They're not going to talk about Mickey Mouse. They're going to talk about Skibidi Toilet and some weird shit that they saw on the internet.
It's certainly not any of Cartoon Network's former hit
Yeah,
shows.
no.
The most popular cartoon for beginning viewers today is
Oh, yeah, or anything from Coco Melon.
Coco Melon,
Yeah.
an independent cartoon for toddlers that focuses on simple skits and musical numbers starring crudely animated babies. What started off as a YouTube show became a regular feature on Netflix and soon
YouTube and Netflix are destroying Warner Brothers.
on Disney Plus, made for a fraction of the cost of cable TV animation. And it might just be the start of what people are calling brain rot. Many young
Yep, brain rot's a
kids
thing.
start their cartoon watching lives with colorful YouTube videos, many of them featuring copyrighted characters from Disney and Nickelodeon.
All the way from India or China, because United States laws have no effect on the other countries. What a shocker.
But very much not by these companies. These offbeat musical videos, many of them AI generated, are everywhere on YouTube and are designed to be played ad nauseum. With little kids reared on those, their attention spans suffer, and they might never make their way to longer form cartoons. That's left these companies hoping for help from older viewers, but they might have left as well, for very different sources. If you ask today's teenagers and animation buffs what their favorite new show is, you'll
What is their favorite news show? All right, well, it's a 10 right now. Chat, it's 10 right now as we speak. All right, let's go back. If you want me to watch garbage like this, chat, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Thanks. So let's move over. Let's go back here. So anyways, hey, thanks everybody for stopping by here at Hyde Hermit Studio. We are not going to be streaming tomorrow or doing a double stream tomorrow at all because we're going to be over at MFF, Midwest Fur Fest. So you have to be over there in Chicago over at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center at Rosemont, Illinois. Please stop by our booth and show your support because we're going to be there. It's going to be a blast, chat. It's going to be a blast, 100%. So anyways, we're not going to rate anyone because we don't have enough to rate anybody's. But thank you for Bobbert Lord over here for giving us a follow. 100%. Thank you so much for showing your support, Bobbert, and having a fun conversation with you about a lot of things. So anyways, chat, thank you. If you want to support the stream, go to our website at www.hydehermitstudio.com, or you can simply watch the ads or just give us a sub. That's what helps out here at Hyde Hermit Studio.